Hello, all my Libras. Welcome to your Timeless Love reading. The purpose of this reading is going to be focusing on your love adventure that we're going to look at. And it'll be for the period of like the next 1 to 3 months. It is a general reading, so it will vary by individual, but you'll understand that. Before we jump in, I always like to start my readings off by greeting the Creator. We welcome you and we thank you so much for your presence and your desire to always be with us. We're also so grateful for the unconditional love that you have for each and every single one of us. We thank you and we welcome you. And we also welcome the host of magical beings of unconditional love and light on the other side, all of our ancestors and our loved ones on the other side, our angels and guardian angels and spirit guides and all that host of light and love. We welcome you and we thank you for helping bring messages today. All right. So what we're going to do to start off is look at what the Creator wants you to know about the pain of your past, regarding your self-love and love with others. So the reason why we look at that, the Creator was showing me that we only are able to love others to the extent that we love ourselves. We're only able to receive love to the extent that we love ourselves. So, that pipeline that we have for love, if there's a block in there, then we can look at removing a block, and that allows that self-love to flow, allows us to receive love from others and give love to others more fluently and more with a greater amount of flow. So we're going to start off by looking at these archetype cards by Carolyn Myss, just to get information on what the Creator wants all my Libras to know about the pain of your past. And I know we experience a lot of pain in our past, so this is what the Creator wants you to focus on right now, or recommends you to focus on now to help with that flow. All right, Creator, for our Libras, what do you want them to know about their past, please? Okay, that one is the One. And you got Mediator. You can see the little picture there, and we're going to focus on the shadow attribute because that's what's shadowing your self-love. So this is someone who negotiated with ulterior motives or with hidden agendas, either personally or professionally. So obviously this is going to be someone who acted as someone like, oh, let me help you with this, let me help make this better with this other person, or at work or school, or like I said, relationships and different things, but they were doing things for them. They always had this underlying agenda to make them look better, to make them more appear more lovable, acceptable, and so their drive was all about them. And it felt, for you, this individual or individuals really felt like stabbed in the back, because it did come to light. It's not something that was hidden. It was very obvious to you, and I really feel you just had this gut feeling about him, even though on the outside and on paper, oh my God, they're like the most amazing friend or sibling or parent or, whatever it might be, or boss, that you always had this uneasy feeling to trust them. And then you also beat yourself up about trusting them when you knew all that, because it ended up stabbing you in the back. And I kind of feel like you gave them a lot of chances. And you're like, well, they apologized. They said they never do it again. They wanted to make it up for me. And then again, and you really allowed it to unfold several times. And that's what happens, We're, at our core, we are really beings of unconditional love, peace, joy, laughter. And so we want to be able to trust people. And so we do. And then, those kind of things happen. It also has to do with our worth as well. Sometimes we believe, well, I deserved it anyway, but that is like the pain, and it's going to be, this is a general reading, so it varies by individual on that as well. We're going to get clarification around this through this love oracle cards, and see what else the Creator would like you to know about the pain of your past. And don't worry, we're going to move beyond that, because this is all the love adventure, so we're going to talk about transformation. Okay. That one wanted to pop out there for you. Any others for clarification on what you want Libras to know about the pain of their past, please? Okay, I feel like that one, and then this one. Oh, and they want a fourth one. Normally it's been 3, but you get a bonus. So you got engagement ring, engaged partnership, engagement, commitment, eternity, completion, union. Yeah, so this is someone that I really, I feel this, for some of you, this was an individual that meddled in your marriage. They tried to be this person that, oh wow, yeah. What I'm getting is like they were, let me go talk to, them, and they ended up developing feelings for them and trying to kind of wedge themselves in between. One, because they were, jealous of the type of relationship you had in your, in that relationship, whether it's a friend, intimate, or like job related to between peers or boss, they were jealous of it. And because of that, they, really went in to try to become the person that the other person chose as their, either partner or friend or whatever on that. So that's interesting. I thought it was going to be totally just about marriage, but it's about all those types of partnerships and relationships. Excuse me. Yep, and then got a ring, and you got a ring again. Keys on a ring. Many options, decisions, unconventional, strung along, one night stand. Yeah, and this ring message that's coming is all about going in circles, like I mentioned before, like it was repeating over and over and over and over again. And just I'm seeing a lot of different versions of that story of, because there was a third person involved with this, it was your fear of disappointing the other person that was involved, not this mediator, but the other person, that you allowed it to go on and on and on, because the other person just really didn't see what you were seeing. And so rather than come across as that insecure person, you kind of kept that to yourself. Talking. So interested, conversing more, awaiting messages, arrives, text, call, email, hoovering. So, yeah, I mean, there was so much, it says talking, all that communication, there was so much misunderstandings by text and calling and emails and in-person talking. There was so much going on with this individual that it was just overwhelming at times too. And this is and that's actually how you found out so much about what was going on, because you saw text, you heard recorded voicemails, you saw emails, so all those things that your gut was telling you in the beginning about this was what was happening, you finally found the proof. And then that is what allows you to, talk about the situation to that third party and to put this person on notice. And you finally put your foot down. And, of course, general reading. So some people, for some of them, they were like, oh my God. And it was a big eye opener for them. They didn't realize the habit that they had, that this was, the manipulative thing that they were doing, and it changed their life. Others, they didn't, and you opted to put them out of your life. And then you have the coffee cup, meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. And I love this because coffee, like the cups in tarot, are about the emotions. And so you really, the ultimate thing that happened with this, for most of you, was that your relation with that third party maintained to where you just felt at ease, like it talks about. And you're able to savor the moment and feel uplifted and understand that true friendship that you had. Excuse me, my allergies are acting up, so I apologize for all my hacking here. Next, what we're going to look at here, so that's what the creator wanted you to know about this pain and this angst. So, even though for a lot of you things worked out well, that still, you had some stuff that you dismissed and pushed down that can come up, and there's this mistrust that can be looked at. We're going to look at next what the creator wants you to know about the current energy that's going on in your life. Why is this coming up? What does he want to know about the situation here? I'm sorry, I'm just going to take a quick sip of coffee. See if I can get rid of that frog in my throat. All right. So we're going to pull a card here from the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reid. Let's see, what would you like our Libras to know about their current energy, please? Okay, right away. That's the one that wants to be heard and seen. Yep, a tall tale, right? Number 35. So the liar, Pinocchio, caught in their lies, right? You could actually imagine their nose growing as they were telling you all that BS, right? So that is so fitting. So the energy around this card is about denial, concealing the truth so you can manipulate and control a situation. And this was the other person. I don't feel this is the energy of you. Fear-based communication, like we talked about communication, creating a narrative to hide behind, not allowing the fear of what others will think to influence your words, learning to communicate from a place of authenticity. So I love that what you learned through this and what's happening in your life now is that all that lies and that misinformation, talked about finding the text, the emails, trusting your gut. You've learned and you're learning to trust your gut so much more to where you're not afraid no longer, to remain hidden. When you feel something, instead of fearing what that third party was going to feel, like we talked about before, instead you're like, you know what? I'm going to stand up for what my gut is, and I'm going to confront the situation. I'm no longer going to just, cower out of fear of what people are going to think. I'm going to, and you don't have to be a douche about it, right? We don't have to go, liar, Pinocchio. We can say, hey, I just want to clarify something. I just, want to inquire and understand something, right? It can be a gentle confrontation. It doesn't have to be a battle, right? So what else this card says is you or someone else is telling a tall tale right now. You always know if a falsehood is spoken because it doesn't feel grounded. When you lie, you get high on an illusory sense of power that is doomed to fail at some point. You feel driven by the fear of exposure. This is talking a lot about this person or the new person that's doing it in your life that you're feeling this about. So that they feel driven by fear of exposure, but sometimes it makes them stick to their story even though they know it has no substance. So whatever lie we are caught up in isn't as important as the motive for it. Why does anyone lie? Perhaps we don't believe the truth is good enough, or we want to keep doing what we know we shouldn't be doing. Then there's the lie put forth while in denial, such as hiding an active addiction. In this scenario, we may believe our own lies. The tall tale, the white lie, the stretching of the truth, and the blatant fabrication are all about control. The desire for it, the lack of it, the need to maintain it so we can manipulate the outer world and hide our inner one. Today, ask for the truth. Be willing to pay the price and be okay with the vulnerability your lie is exposing in yourself and others, or their lie is exposing in themselves and others. Transparency is required to get where you need to go, to be truly empowered, to reveal the strength of what is true and authentic. Any other path leads to a dead end. Remember the saying, the truth will set you free, and get ready to fly unfettered. So perfect. I love that because I feel like for you guys, what's being brought up with this current energy is you do feel like you're in a situation where there's a lot of lies going on, and understanding why people grasp onto a lie is so important. You know, it mentioned what I just read about understanding what's behind a lie, and so much has to do with our insecurities and our fears. And so if someone jumps onto a lie, especially these days, like there's so much of those things that are on the internet about, you know, this is why, this is happening. And we're like, is it or not? And we're in this place, in this world of, you can't believe anything you read, hear, or even what you witness, because you're seeing through your own conditioned eyes, right? So it's like, oh my God, I feel like the whole world is a lie. But that's why this journey to moving to the inside, to where you can trust your gut, is so important, because once you connect to the higher realms, that's where you see the higher truth from the higher perspective. So I love how that's coming through here. We're also going to get clarification on that through this everyday tarot deck. It's a cute little tarot deck here. And we're just going to see what else the Creator would like you to know about your current energies. And 35, 3 plus 5 is 8, and 8 is the Strength card in the tarot, which has to do with not only knowing your inner strength, but usually there's a lion on the card, and our higher self, it's about taming our animal instincts. And again, that it really is about trusting our higher strength, our higher awareness, and calmly, gently bringing peace to our animal nature, our fight or flight mechanism. All right, Creator, what else would you like Libras to know about their current energy, please? Oh my God. the Strength card. Exactly what I was talking about. So I'll talk more about that in a sec. You just can't make it up. That's why I like shuffling on camera too, because just it's amazing just how things happen. I mean, it's just not coincidence, you know. All right. so we have the Strength card again. This is your higher self. This is our animal nature, and she's not beating it to death with a whip or anything. She's calmly, gently bringing it into calmness. And then this bow in her hair is actually the infinity symbol, which is also about cycles. And so it's about the ebb and flow. And I really feel like an additional message for that is the truth is always found out. The truth is always found out. And then you got the Queen of Swords. The Swords is all about thoughts and beliefs, and she's the brings in the emotional side in, because the feminine energy is the nurturing, the loving, the emotions, and so she brings in the emotions along with the thoughts. So this is the transformation. The Queen, the King is the one who's like mastered it, because it's the end of the suit. So she is at a place where she's still holding the thought, but she's also has her hand open to receive new. So this is all about that balancing, that intuitiveness, not just trusting the mind and the thoughts, but also looking at the emotion and diving into that subconscious area of your life where you can trust your gut and understand those things. And then you got Temperance as well. And this is so perfect for what we're talking about too, because this is about the lower world and the higher world. So it's about that balance between the two, and that not just listening to what was going on here, but connecting to your higher self, connecting, to the Creator, to Spirit, to your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, all those beings of unconditional love. I always look at them as winged individuals, and they're up above, able to look down and see, okay, they have a clearer perspective because they are in a place of unconditional love, where they don't have all that filter of the pain and suffering we went through growing up, all that conditioning. They see things clearly, and if we can get quiet and connect, then we can balance that perspective. We can see it from both sides. So I just love this consistent message here. And then you get the Five of Cups, and again, cups are all about the emotions. In this deck, it has the 3 cups that have fallen over. Those 3 things that were disappointing. But the message that comes for the card for this reading is that, when you turn around and see things from a different perspective, you're going to see what you do have, not what you lost, but what you do have. And then also you're able to cross this bridge over here and go into this castle, this place over here where there's more abundance and there's more knowledge and more information. And it's a place of where you feel safe. And I also love that the Two of Cups, when the Two of Cups card itself is about realizing that there's 2 of us inside of our bodies. We have this human experience, this being of that has that fight or flight, and that is looking outside of itself for its definition, and it's experiencing the disappointment. So it's the character that we experience all this life with. But behind also the other within us is the actor behind the character, which is that being who we really are, that powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. So again, that message of there's two of us, and we can see things from this higher perspective. It's just such a strong message here because it's repeated in the Queen of Swords, the Temperance, and with the Two of Cups, with the Five of Cups there. All right. So next, what we're going to look at is what the Creator wants you to know about the choices that are going to be coming up for you in the next 1 to 3 months. And for that, we're going to look at this Path of the Soul Destiny cards. We'll just see what significant choices, or what the Creator wants you to know about the significant choices that are coming up within this 1 to 3 month period. All right, Creator, for Libras, what do you want them to know about the choices? Okay, that right there. You got the number 2, which of course, again, Two of Cups, those two choices just reiterated there. I'll show you these fractal images. They're so beautiful. I love all those colors. We'll see what that card represents here. So card number 2 is called Encoded. Where others see nothing, you see the deeper meaning or messages hidden within. And I love that. We talked about that. Where others weren't seeing things, you see the deeper meaning or the messages that are hidden. So your guides are working to communicate with you as your intuition and inner knowing expands. Be mindful of all that you're experiencing in each moment. Be aware of animal messengers, cloud formations, colors, conversations of others, and anything else that catches your attention. You are taking the next step up in awareness and connection to the unseen worlds. Can't make that up. So exactly what we're talking about here, your connection to the unseen worlds, your higher self, your awareness, seeing things that others aren't seeing. So I can't really add more to that. So perfect. And to get clarification on that, or validation, or other information on your choices, I'm going to pull a card or a couple cards here from the Light Seers Tarot. All right, Creator, what else would you like Libras to know about their choices over the next 1 to 3 months? Anything else? All right, and last pass. Okay, nope, just this one here. Yep, so you got the King of Pentacles. And the Pentacles, so this 5-pointed star, the 4 lower points are all the elements of the earth, so the physical world, all the earth, air, water, and fire, right? Okay. Had a brain fart there. And then this top one is spirit. And so I love Pentacles because it's always a reminder that the physical world is ruled by the spiritual world, which definitely fits into our message here. And this King of Pentacles, like we mentioned before, the king is the one who's mastered the pentacle, suit. So he's the one that has been through understanding about the external world, about what it really means, all the process that you go through to understand your ego and your fear ego. So this really is just a reiteration. And again, like this one mentioned, listen to your animal guides. So if you have dream of animals or have a lot of animals come across your path that stand out to you, just Google spirit animal and whatever it is, and you will have additional messages for that as well. Because you do have your messengers that want you to know that they're there for you, that they have information, that they, this library behind is just all jumping out at me, and I feel like if you're not familiar with the Akashic records, it's like the records of our lives. And so they have full access to and knowing everything that's has unfolded in our lives, will unfold in our lives, and is unfolding in our lives. So talking about having knowledge that other people don't, you can connect to them, like we mentioned in this row here, to understand those things. So if you have choices to make and you're unsure, reach out to the higher, because they do have advice and they will not interfere with your free will. So they're not going to give you information that you didn't really ask for. You just ask, and they're more than willing to help you on your journey here. And then the last card we're going to pull here is going to be what the Creator wants you to know about your future energy. So this was your current, this will be the future energies that you'll be experiencing toward the end of your 1 to 3 month period. And we're going to pull a card here from the Journey of Love Oracle to get your final oracle message. But I really love this for you because you're just standing up for yourself. You're learning to trust your gut and see things from that different perspective, and it allows you to not worry about that you have to trust people or not. You just know that these characters that are being played out in life, you don't trust them. You trust your inner voice, and then you don't judge others. You just know that people lie. And I don't know if you've heard of Byron Katie. She's a wonderful lady. She has this wonderful process called The Work. So if you go to thework.com, it's a wonderful way to reflect on your life and the mirrors people are for you. But one of the things that really jumped out was, I totally lost my train of thought. But a lot of what she teaches is that, what we see in others is a reflection of something within us. So as we, dig more deeper into who we are, then we don't judge people as much. Okay, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Because I was talking about when you look at others, you don't care about what other people think because, that was it. They, when we believe the thought that people shouldn't lie, then we go through all this angst. And I loved because she was had someone in an up on the stage with her going through this process, and she asked the entire audience, which was hundreds of people, is there anybody who hasn't lied? And no one raised their hand. She goes, see, people lie. That's what happens. Humans lie. But you can trust your gut and trust your higher self in that. All right, Creator, what would you like our Libras to know about their future energy? Got the light field, number 63. Beautiful. I love that. We'll read from the book, but I really feel everything comes to light, like we talked about. All lies are made known. So it says, you are very open to the other side. The veil that separates the worlds is very fine for you, for there is much love in your heart, and love exists beyond all barriers, including those of time, distance, and even death. If you wish to communicate with those that have passed on, do so through your heart. If you want to communicate energetically with your beloved, even though you are separated in physical location, then you can do so now. If your psychic abilities are opening and you need confirmation or reassurance, accept this message of guidance as being such. Those who have passed can be received fully and peacefully into the light, and your love guides them home. The messages that you sense in your own heart that come from unconditional love, that uplift and reassure, can be trusted. The light is so close to you, beloved, it surrounds you as a glow from within. This oracle brings you guidance that you are connecting with a field of awareness that is real and that you are protected by light as you do so. It is confirming that there is nothing for you to fear and that those that have passed on or will pass on in the future will always be safely held in love. It's also confirmation that there are very real bonds that connect you to your loved ones, past, present, and future, that are beyond the confines of time and space. I love that. So connecting, so the energies that you'll be dealing with as you develop this connection with the higher realm is that you will understand that solid connection that you do have. And we'll get confirmation here on this too, or clarification through the Light Seer Tarot here as well. And this will be the end of your reading here. All right, Creator, what else do you want Libras to know about their future energies? So you've got Wands and Wands. So the Knight of Wands, again, there's the lion making itself known here, but that the King of the Wands is the one who rolls over their spirit. I always look at the wands as, that's the magic, that's the spark within us, our spirit. And so it's just about realizing you can mask your spirit. You can have your animal instincts take the back seat and let your spirit drive in your life there. And I also love the Nine of Wands, because it's like you're almost there. The future energies is like, I feel blocked, but just know that you're the one that is the only one that can block yourself. She can easily just step on over. It's like right at her knees. So all these wands that you feel are blocking you, just close your eyes, focus in on your true power, and step on over through that gate. Don't believe those thoughts like, I'm not worthy, I can't connect to the other side, I shouldn't trust my gut. Those are the barriers, all those other beliefs. So I love this for you. It's a great adventure for you, and it's going to transform your entire life, especially as you connect to the higher realms here, because you can get information about your love life. You can ask them anything, and you can ask for a sign, you're going to get a sign. You can ask for clarification and clarity in a situation. And you can ask for physical stuff and all that, but I usually encourage you not to make it like, this is what I want, like a little kid, I want ice cream. It's like, hey, can I have some ice cream? And the Creator will go, you've already had 10 of them today, probably not a good idea. How about we have something else instead, something nutritious to keep you going. That's the kind of feel you can have about asking as well. All right, well, my beloved Libras, just know as you're going through this process, every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and I love you too. I'll talk to you soon. You take care.